Hello everyone, welcome you all. Uh, my name is Vinod Kumar. I'm Sangareddy District Court Advocate. So I'm from SVN Law Associates, and this video and further videos will be targeting to all the Telangana and Andhra Pradesh uh, LL.B students or all the new advocates who have just completed the LL.B and they are looking for some guidance in terms of practice. Okay, so having said that, uh, so we'll try to understand before we start anything related to the court and its guidance. We'll first understand the reality after LL.B. So many law students believe that once they complete their LL.B, their journey is completed. They imagine that after receiving their degree, clients will come automatically. They will confidently argue cases in court and success will follow quickly. But the reality is very different, right? An LL.B degree is not the finish line, it is only the beginning of a lifelong journey in the legal profession. The transition from a law student to a practicing advocate is one of the most challenging phases in an advocate's career. We study legal principles, judgments, and statutes. However, in court, we must apply those principles to real clients with real problems. So, many fresh graduates experience uncertainty during their initial years. They may not know how to draft a petition, how to file a case, how to address the court, how to communicate with the clients, or even choose the right senior advocate for guidance. The financial challenges like lack of practical exposures and pressure to establish a professional reputation often make the first few years very difficult. Some even begin to question whether they have chosen the right profession. However, these struggles are not the sign of a failure. They are a normal part of becoming a competent advocate. So every successful advocate you see today once stood exactly where a fresh graduate stands today, nervous, inexperienced, and eager to learn. So today our presentation is about understanding those challenges and learning how to overcome them with patience, continuous learning, and dedication. So we'll try to understand what are the challenges faced by fresh law graduates. So many fresh law graduates think they are ready for the practice immediately. However, the real challenges begin after the graduation, right? So many graduates they come up with theoretical knowledge but very little practical experience. They may not know how to draft a legal documents, file cases, and confidently appear before a judge. Finding a senior advocate to guide and mentor them can be also difficult in the beginning. So many junior advocates earn very little while managing their daily expenses. So getting clients is another major challenge because most people prefer experienced lawyers. Fresh graduates also need to improve their communication skills, legal drafting, courtroom confidence. But these challenges are normal part of every advocate's career. With patience, continuous learning, and hard work, every fresh graduate can become a successful advocate. So every successful advocate wants a beginner. Learn every day, stay patient, and successful definitely will follow your way. This is a very important slide: expectation versus reality. When we graduate, right, with LL.B degree, many of us believe we are fully prepared to become a successful advocates. Even I was assuming the same. We expect to argue cases confidently, earn clients, and start our careers immediately. But the reality is very different, right? An LL.B degree gives us a legal knowledge, but it does not make us a courtroom ready. The real learning begins when you step into a courtroom, observe senior advocates interacting with clients, draft legal documents, and handle real cases. The courtroom practice teaches us skills that no textbook can fully provide. It gives us confidence, professionalism, practical knowledge, and problem solving skills. So, earning a degree is not the end of the learning, but it is the beginning of practical legal education. Yeah, law degree opens the door to the profession, but courtroom experience builds a successful lawyer. Yeah, I would like to bring to your understanding what are the top challenges right now all the fresh graduates are going through. Now let's look at some of the biggest one the fresh law graduates are facing right now is the lack of practical experience. While we learn the law in college, we often don't get enough hands-on experience in drafting, filing cases, appear in the court. The second challenge is finding a good senior advocate who is willing to guide us, who can teach and mentor young lawyers. Another common challenge is financial struggle. During the initial years, many junior advocates earn very little while managing their daily and professional expenses. Fresh graduates also face the challenge of getting clients, but since most clients prefer experienced advocates, building trust and establishing a practice takes time. Finally, many young lawyers experience lack of confidence speaking in court, interacting with clients, and handling legal matters can feel overwhelming in the beginning. These challenges are common, but with patience, hard work, and continuous learning, they can all be overcome. Every experienced advocate was once a beginner, as I said in the beginning, who faced the same challenges. So, apart from basic challenges, the fresh graduates face several other important hurdles. One of them is legal drafting, writing petitions, legal notices, affidavits, and agreements requires practice and attention to the details. So, another challenge is understanding court procedures, knowing how to file a case, follow court rules, and manage legal documents is something that comes with handy and experience. So today's lawyers are also need to be comfortable with technology. Skills like e-filing, online legal research, and using some digital tools have become very essential. Networking is very quite important. Building good relationships with senior advocates, fellow lawyers, and clients helps in learning and growing professionally. Finally, the time management is a major challenge. Balancing court appearances, drafting, client meetings, and legal research requires proper planning and discipline. These skills are not learned overnight, they improve with regular practice, patience, and willingness to learn. A successful lawyer is not just a knowledge in law, but also skilled in drafting, technology, communication, and the time management. Yeah, the professional growth is very important as it is a continuous journey of every advocate. The first step is to learn, keep learning. Laws change regularly, so every advocate must update their knowledge through books, judgments, legal research. Secondly, observe senior advocates, watching how experienced lawyers argue in the court, interact with the clients, and present themselves in court is one of the best way to learn. It is also important to improve communication skills. A good advocate should be able to explain the legal matters very clearly, both to the court and to the clients. Finally, build your reputation honestly. Hard work, punctuality, and professional ethics earn the trust and respect of clients and colleagues. Knowledge gets you into a profession, but attitude, ethics, and continuous learning help you to succeed. Some of the success tips I want to share it with my past experience. Success in legal profession does not happen overnight. It takes time, effort, and consistency. First, be patient. Every successful advocate started as a beginner. Second, learn something new every day. Read judgments, understand new laws, and improve your legal skills. Third, always be ethical. Honesty and integrity are the foundation of a successful legal career. Fourth, build a strong professional network. Learn from your senior advocates, connect with the senior fellows, lawyers, maintain a good relationship with clients. Finally, never ever stop reading. The law is constantly evolving, and continuous learning is a key to staying ahead. Success is in law is not just about the smartness or smartest way. It's about being consistent, ethical, and committed to lifelong learning. So, finally, I wanted to conclude this session. Right before I conclude, I want to share it about an SVN Law Associates who who's behind this platform. The purpose of this platform, we believe that the law students already learn enough theory in the colleges. However, what many fresh graduates need is practical knowledge, the kind of knowledge that helps them confidently practice in courts. That is why this platform is purely focused on practical learning, not theory. So, our mission is to help law students, fresh graduates, and junior advocates understand the practical side of the legal profession. So, through this platform, we will share a practical guidance on the court procedures and court practice, legal drafting and documentation, filing a cases, what is wakalatnama, affidavits and petitions, how you should interact with the clients, professional ethics, some kind of career guidance, and practical tips. Our objective is very simple, to bridge a gap between the college education and actual court practice. So, if this platform helps young advocates gain confidence, improve their practical skills, and build successful legal careers. And if anyone is listening to this, kindly support this channel, and we'll come up with the next video on what is wakalatnama, how it can be filed with the detailed. Practically, I'll show you how to write and how to file it in the court. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.